Hey guys and gals, welcome to episode number 13 of Rod Chronicles. We've been waiting to kind of do this piece here because it's on a product that we have used for the last couple years. So we talked with these guys out at ATA, and they sent us home with an extra so that we can bring it to you guys in a few different pieces. And I apologize, I wanted to get this up sooner, but unfortunately I was laid up this past weekend, so couldn't really get out and do what I wanted to do. But without further ado, episode number 13 is all about the Scrapestick. And the founders of this product are based from Iowa. They're big time hunters, and just like all of us, that late summer, getting ready, getting cameras out, trying to see what's going to be out there, so that we have an idea. We can pattern deer, we can see what our shooters look like, we can build our hit list, and not only does this product help in those situations, this also helps big time during hunting season, especially during the rut. So Scrapestick, this is, I have it already out of the package, but this is the package it's in. Good looking packaging, definitely easy to spot on a dealer shelf. But let me get over here to the product. So this is the actual Scrapestick device itself. So this is a patented licking branch system, and you couldn't make it any easier. These guys did a phenomenal job with it. Number one, it's lightweight. Number two, it's pretty durable. So leaving it out in the weather is not going to be an issue. And what's super cool is you can pretty much put this out on your hunting site in a number of ways, and they make it super simple. So first of all, they do give in the package a 6-foot strap. So one of the ways is obviously strapping it. So they're cut out here in the back. You'll wrap your strap through around your tree, around a fence post, around whatever you want to wrap it around. In there is also 4 screws. So if you wanted to screw it to a tree or a fence post, you have screw holes in the top and the bottom. They're already at the angle, so you can get a screwdriver or drill in there to hang it. And the last one, which is how we normally deploy it, it has a T-post slide. So for guys that are around, the country landscapes, those little green T-posts that people use for gardens, they use for all kinds of things, this will slide directly onto it. You just have to remember, so if you're looking at it from the bottom, there's a notch cut out towards the back away from your scrape. The nubs that are on those, so if you were putting like high tensile wire fence up, but you were using those green T-posts, that fencing would catch in those nubs. The nubs need to be facing away from your scrape site. Okay, and what's cool is this little knob here in the front is what tightens down onto the T-post so that it stays stationary and doesn't slide or fall over. And then the tube on the top, right here in the front, is actually where you're going to put your licking branch, and it's super easily adjustable. Move it to wherever angle you need, and then just tighten it back up. There are some teeth on there, so just line the teeth up, tighten it down, and you're good to go. And then this last knob is to actually tighten the branch into the slot. So the reason I brought up, that it's also huge for where you're hunting. Deer communicate. Every serious hunter knows that deer communicate through scrapes and licking branches. So if you build a mock scrape and have a licking branch there, and put it directly, within shooting range of your stand, you could very easily stop a deer right where you need him to stop to get a good shot on him. So there's been a lot of posts all over Facebook, Instagram, different people posting, cutting a tree and digging a hole in the middle of your food plot and putting a tree out there. Guys, Scrapestick made it super easy for us, okay? All you need is a T-post, a piece of wood, whatever you want to put this to, and put it in the middle of your food plot, and now you have a licking branch in the middle of your food plot without cutting a tree down, without hauling a tree out there. Literally take a T-post, cut a branch down, put the branch in, slide this over the T-post, tighten it, you're ready to go. Make your mock scrape, and poof, you now have the perfect communication tower in the middle of your food plot. So now you can pattern deer a whole lot easier in that food plot, from camera work, from observation from a tree stand, what have you. So you'll see in the video, we're going to actually go over to one of our stand locations, stand sites, where we have a camera, and we're going to put this out in front of that camera, so we can continue to get pictures. You know, it obviously becomes a curiosity thing. We are going to drop a little scent there, as far as deer scent, so that, you know, deer get curious and will come by the camera, so we could start picking more deer up. The property is pretty big. It's on the side of a mountain, but having a scrape stick, even for current time of year, this will be a game changer for us when we can't be over there all the time, to, you know, observe what's going on with the deer over there. So guys, again, great job on this. It's you know, you couldn't ask for anything easier to set up. It's, you know, every hunter should have one of these in their arsenal, or a few. And we're actually gonna send one of ours out to an outfitter that we're gonna be hunting with this year in Illinois, which you saw in the last video, which is B&D. So we're gonna send one out, you know, through the summer at some point, and let them set it up, and probably send one of our Bigfoot cameras with it. So that way we're getting the pictures to our email, and we can kind of scout from Pennsylvania. And you know, this will come pretty big and handy. We are going to be hunting the rut out there, so having this in place already, the deer will be used to it by then, and obviously we'll go out and create mock scrapes when we're out there, to bring the deer right into shooting range. So again, guys, Scrapestick, their website is scrapestick.com, so it's super simple. They have a Facebook page, they have an Instagram page, and definitely check these guys out, like I said. Hey guys, we're back out here on the property right now, and we got the Scrapestick set up. It's a little chilly out. We didn't want to try to fuss with it too much. Sun finally came out this week, but basically we were originally going to use this on a stake, 2x4 stake that, you know, we had cut the bottom into a spike point, but it worked out better. We actually have a tree, so our Bigfoot game camera is literally just to the left of the camera right now. So we pick up basically this whole area where I'm standing, and down a little bit in front of us, but our stand location is going to be right behind, you know, to my left here. And this is an opening on a trail, but the owners had said they had not seen any type of scrapes in this area, but it's obviously heavily traveled. And if I kind of sneak out of the way here to this side, just out the trail, there's a big open field, not a food plot or anything like that, just happens to be an open field on the property. So deer are traveling out here, and there is an apple orchard down, so once they get through here and out into that field, they're heading towards that apple orchard. But basically the scrape stick, we strapped it to a tree, so we have it strapped already, and we found a branch that has some good ends on it that, you know, similar to what they're using. So it's right here and already into the scrape stick mount. We have it angled up. The branch is a little flimsy, but this way they also won't break it right off if you don't want to pick up a piece of dead branch. So this has some life to it. At least it'll bounce around when they're hitting it. And then basically all you're going to do, I'm going to angle the camera down here so you can kind of see what we're looking at. But you know, right here it's a pretty flat area, and what we're going to do is I'm going to zoom in the best I can here to the base, and right here we're going to make a scrape. And you kind of want to remember that you want it to be about 2 to 3 feet. And you see I'm using the toe of my boot, not my entire boot. That kind of gives that, you know, deer hoof print. You can use the side of the boot to kind of, you know, gets rid of some of that extra junk. But basically that's all you're gonna do. And the reason I'm doing this right here is because of the camera. Our Bigfoot camera is, again, right behind you. So when you look, and I apologize, I missed most of that, but there's basically what I just made. And you'll see, I'm going to walk you up here towards the scrape stick. So you can kind of see we have it strapped with the strap that's included in the package. There's our licking branch. And there's that field I was talking about. So we're just on the edge of it. It gives us enough that you know, puts us in the right vicinity. And as I walked right into the scrape stick there, but you can see, you know, it's right here. I got a branch that was a little bit longer so that it extended out to make sure that whatever was coming near it to check it out was getting caught on the Bigfoot. And it's you know, new area for us, so we're hoping that you know, it pans out. But you know, this is super easy, and you know, if it would happen to be in that open field, you could have literally put it on a T-post, put it right in front of your shooting lane, get the deer to stop, and give you the opportunity for a shot. You know, sometimes that's the hardest thing, especially during the rut. They have so much going on in their brain that you're trying everything you possibly can to get them to stop, but they don't always want to stop. So getting them to maybe use that scrape or that licking branch and stop them for that split second, enough for you to, you know, get a good shot on them, makes a world of difference. So, you know, like we said in the video earlier, you know, everything is included that you need with the exception of a T-post if you're gonna run it on a T-post. This was super simple. I just, like I said, ran it onto the tree before we started filming, so it was less fiddling around. But the strap's super simple to go through. It's got a buckle with a clip on the back so that it'll hold it, and then I just tied up the loose strap because it is a 6 foot long strap. So if, you know, the tree's not big enough, obviously you're gonna run into some excess. So just tie it up, get it out of the way. You don't want it blowing in the wind, obviously. Make your scrape. Now obviously if this was during the season, I would have thrown some, you know, deer urine in there. Get maybe, you know, some scent on this branch so that it, you know, attracts that deer to come in and say, hey, who's here talking to me. So guys, definitely check them out. You know, we use them constantly. The guys at Scrapestick were nice enough to give us one extra so that we can do this for you guys instead of, you know, ours are a couple years old and we have them kind of set. We don't ever take them down. We just change the branches when need be. And that's the other thing. If deer comes in and ends up breaking your branch off, all you have to do is unscrew it right here in the base, get a new branch, put it in there. Again, adjust the angle. I have this set up right high all the way up, but because this branch is a little flimsy, it's bent down, which is fine, because it gives the ability for the deer to get on the ends of this branch and lick and smell and all that. We hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I apologize for being a little out of frame here. We're standing on a little bit of a slope, so trying to set the camera the best way I could. But check these guys out, scrapestick.com. Check them out on Facebook and Instagram. You'll see some pictures, you know, on our Facebook and Instagram, and obviously all the information will be in the video as well. So we hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned for episode number 14 coming real soon, and we'll see you next time. So guys, no joke, after we went out and put up the scrape stick this morning, I made that mock scrape, had the licking branch up in the scrape stick unit, and you're gonna see right after I cut myself off here, a trail cam pic that we got maybe 20 minutes ago of 5 deer one standing in that mock scrape. Now, I haven't had a deer on that camera in about 3 days with weather change and whatnot, but the second they smelled that tore up dirt, they were in there, and it spoke for itself. I mean, literally within an hour of putting up the scrape stick, we literally had deer standing in the mock scrape. So